Hello and welcome to We Got a Podcast about Dragon Ball from A to Z, from Earth to Namek to Sadala. We cover it all. My name is Randy.
And I'm Doug.
And I swear I could have done a better job translating these chapters. Ken.
All right, well, we're going to make you do that for the next one then, so have fun with
Buckle up.
We're the world's strongest under the heavens, trio de dangers here every other week to talk your ear off about fights, goofs, and everything else in the Dragon Ball cosmos. Doug, what's up?
Dude, I'm excited because I finally unboxed this giant Porunga figure. Oh, I can't even lift it up. It's so heavy. This giant Ichiban Kuji last one prize from like 5 or so some years ago. I bought it like a year ago on Buy, and I just had it sitting in this box forever because I have nowhere to display it, and because I wanted to record it, but I was just never in the mood for it. I said, screw it. I sit on my floor for ow. I keep poking myself with the spikes in the back. It hurts. Ow. This thing is awesome and huge and heavy, and I love it, and it's my baby. But I finally have it unboxed.
Thought it's supposed to be red.
This is the OG Porunga. This ain't your.
Oh, okay.
This ain't your niece's nephew's Porunga. But yeah, love it. Finally have the thing out here.
Nice.
And I luckily I bought it. Like I said, I bought it like a year ago for a really good price. Like the thing goes for like $600 in the aftermarket. Your buddy Doug here paid $150 for this damn thing. And oh my God, when Doug sees the deal, he snatches it. And it was before the whole tariff situation, so I only paid $37 for shipping. Beautiful. Dang. I show it off more in my TikTok shorts that you can check out on our channel. So peep that.
Nice plug.
Thank you. That's me. I poked myself in the eye with the horn.
Yeah.
Thank God for my glasses. I would have been killed. Oh my God, my glasses saved me.
It's protective eyewear. Well, that's cool, man. It's great. And I'm glad that you got it for a good deal. Anything else?
What do you mean? My life is figures? No.
That's true. Okay, yeah. Moving on. Ken, how are you doing? What's new?
I'm doing great. Nothing's new. In fact, I finally beat Great Ace Attorney's Great Ace Attorney Adventures, which is the first of those 2 games in the Chronicles package, which means for those of you who listen to Mario Kart Nights, and that's probably like 2 of you, grabyournears.com, I am now going to play Expedition 33. That is the next thing on
you're starting that
docket. I will be starting it. I mean, as of when this episode comes out, I will have already started it, but I will be starting it this Friday. If this was like a week where we weren't recording, I would have started it tonight. But then Wednesday nights, I'm watching shows. Thursday nights, I'm watching shows. Friday night is open. So I don't want to like even if I were to start it after recording today, I don't want to start it and then have like 2 nights where I'm not playing it and then pick it up Friday.
Right.
Just start it Friday. Keep it clean.
Nice. I love you have a schedule. I wish I need to adhere to some kind of schedule in my life. It's too much chaos.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like a schedule. It's just I have shows coming out, and then I watch those shows, and also Wednesday, Thursday is usually some editing's going to be done on this, and so my time is spoken for this week, but Friday, yeah, for sure, jumping in. And you better hope to God I like it, Randy. That's what I'm saying right now.
All this hype around it.
I know that I will never hear the end of it.
It's good in Act 12, so.
Yeah. Right around the 60 to 70 hour mark. That's when it actually gets good. And that's incredible.
No, see, that's one of the things about this game is I've heard it passes the Breaking Bad test. So it's good right away. I don't have to wait for, it's not like 70. It's not this Persona argument where they're like, oh, it gets good. You just got to get 30 hours in. And then the game really opens up.
Do you know the hook of the game or anything? Or how much do you know about it?
Okay, so here is, and just zip it if I'm going off. All I know about it is that there's some deal where, like, every year when you hit a certain age, there's this thing where you just die, and then they're gonna go stop this from happening.
Randy did this, so I just did this instinctively, just to keep you guessing.
Thank you. I mean, I only gave one nod as to indicate I listened and I heard those words.
Yeah, right. I can't hear anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going in crazy blind. I mean, I know I saw in the
good
PlayStation Store description, there's something about a paintress, but I don't know. I guess they're the one behind all. They're the Ganondorf of the story. I don't know. But I don't know the deal or whatever. I know it's super French. There's like French
Yeah.
mythology monsters or whatever.
You got to get over your hatred towards the French for this, Ken. Just to
Yeah.
just jump over that hump.
And that's a big ask, Doug.
It's a big ass.
I order freedom fries.
This guy, yes, I was going to say that. I was going to say this guy doesn't order French fries.
But other than that, I'm just watching my shows. So, Randy, what's up with you?
Oh, doing kind of the same old things. It's been a bit, in that it's been 2 weeks since we've talked and all of that. But in the interim, I beat Yakuza Kiwami 2, which is great. We might get some exciting news tomorrow.
In a few hours, actually, yeah.
Oh,
Wait, what's happening then?
There is the Ryuga Gotoku Summit, which I think is like literally in 3 hours of us recording right now in Japan.
They have their own summit?
Yeah, where they are going to most likely announce Kiwami 3.
No, you think so?
Yeah. Well,
I've
it
been
was
waiting for this forever.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That'd be
it's
dope.
happening.
That'd be
Right?
dope as hell.
People watching and listening will know, and they'll know all about it.
Yeah.
But
Right.
for sure, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, so that was cool. That was a good game. I liked that. I recently watched UHF, the Weird Al movie from like 1990 or something like that, for the first time in like 15 years the other night. It's good. It's good stuff.
movie?
I'm glad that I did that. Yeah.
I didn't know it existed. I knew the newer one. What's it called? Is it called Al? No, whatever the one with the Daniel
Weird.
Radcliffe is in. Yeah, I knew it was one of those words. But that was a surprisingly enjoyable movie. I didn't know. I went into it blind, and I didn't know how just like unserious it takes itself, and I love it for it. Of course it does. But yeah, it was great.
UHF is similarly unserious. It's got Michael Richards in it, Kramer from Seinfeld.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, exactly. Fran Drescher also in there. This is like 4 years before The Nanny premieres. And
Oh, dang. It's all the greatest of the 90s.
yeah, and I think the movie premiered like 2 weeks after the Seinfeld pilot first came out. I mean, it was still going to be like 8 more months before season 1 started. But, Kramer, right at the height of his power, maybe. I don't know.
He was still
for a number of years.
He was still envisioned as Kessler at that point.
Oh my God,
Oh.
Kessler.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, in the pilot of Seinfeld, Kramer is referred to as Kessler. Then they changed his name starting with the second episode.
Yeah. I think
Interesting.
in the Bizarro World, when they had the episode of the Bizarro World, the other Kramer was called Kessler. I forget if that's real or not.
No, it was some sort of like weird name. I don't think it was Kessler though.
Gotcha. Randy, is that movie on your Plex? The UH?
UHF? No, I bought the 4K disc and I just popped that into the old PlayStation and watched that. But we could change that for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Sparking Zero had a new DLC drop a couple of days ago, so we finally got our last set of Daima characters, so that's fun. Although, I want to call out Bandai Namco and Spike Chunsoft for, they got somebody who is asleep at the wheel for checking classic controls and any issues, because when the game first launched, there was that weird issue where if you were using classic controls and you were player 2 and player 1 was somebody with modern controls, your UI was totally screwed up, and now you could only do super moves using like standard controls versus classic ones. That was weird. They fixed it like a few weeks in. That was annoying. And now they dropped this and they're like, oh, you actually can't use skills like the buffs and things like that if you're unable to charge key. So if you're an Android, can't use them until you're like maxed out, because then you can charge, blah, blah, blah. It's a weird thing. They've said they're aware of it and they're going to fix it, but like, why did that slip? That bothers me. And speaking of things that bother me, go ahead.
Well, about this Daima DLC, and Randy, I'm not about to poo-poo on it, okay? You're good.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. What I think
right.
this Daima DLC has been shining a light on is the fact that nobody watched the Daima dub. Because people are super surprised about Goku calling Glorio Gordito, which is a dub thing that he's doing.
And that
they're
was
like,
in there already?
They're like, how are they calling? Don't they know Hispanics are like the biggest fans of Dragon Ball? Like it's some sort of like dig at them or something. And it's not, of course, but that's a dub thing, which is telling me that Masako Nozawa finally won. She did it. Because
You're
nobody
right, that
watched this dub
Yes,
of
let's
Dragon Ball. Because why would you?
2025.
The show came out, everyone watched it in Japanese,
Yeah.
and then it comes out, it's on like however many months later, they finally get around to dubbing it. We're on to other stuff. We're out here watching Dan to Dan, okay? We don't have time to go watch dubbed Daima. But I just think it's...
people still watch the last 3 episodes dubbed like you did, and that's when Goku was adult. I don't think we've won yet, because people are more acceptable with watching Masako Nozawa as a kid play Goku, but it's when we can get them to accept adult Goku as Masako Nozawa.
What I'm just saying is that I wouldn't have seen so many reactions to the Gordito thing if people had just actually watched the dub.
Right. Like that was my first introduction to that too, was a Twitter post or whatever, a little clip of that.
Yeah, that's funny. That's good. Good thinking about that, Ken. I like that. I tried to transition into things that also upset me. I got my Dirty Pair set, and it only took nearly 4 years for it to come out, because they did a Kickstarter done by Nozomi Entertainment, who was then bought by Crunchyroll, and then Crunchyroll sat on it and didn't do jack for a while. And so they put it out. They made the art worse because they had showed, like, here's what the box art's going to look like a year and a half ago. And then Crunchyroll took over. And then, like, 2 months ago, they're like, and here's the final art. Like, why is this all different and worse? Like, you had it all done before. And it's like, all right, fine. Well, at least I got it. But then there's another thing that more people were taking a look today, and there are 2 of the movies in here that the disc art is swapped. So the wrong movie is on the wrong disc. So
is Saw Crunchyroll took over? Is that like what?
One can only assume, because like they had it down to like a skeleton crew of people working on this since then, and like, you know, it could have been Nozomi Entertainment did it back then, but I doubt that they were working on disc menus and things like that, and like going through because it would have been, oh, we have these pressed. Steps. We bring them in and we're like, oh, we test these, like, yep, that's the correct movie. Nope. So that's how that went. And then also, like, way back, they had announced, guess what, guys? The OVA series, and I'm sorry, I'm going to make this as short as I can, but it just bugs the crap out of me. They had announced the OVA series, which had previously come out dubbed. They had to do their own music and effects because the music and effects track from Japan didn't exist, where you have the background music and like sound effects, you know, walking and punching and laser blasts and things. So they did their own. Well, they found a music and effects track, so now they can do that, and they have the dub audio isolated. So they're like, for the first time ever, we're going to include all these audio tracks where you can watch it, the original ADV dub with their own music and effects, or the ADV dub from back in the day with the correct music and effects. You have your choice. It's going to be great. Not on these. Nope. They took them out. It's like, why? So...
Dang. You didn't throw enough money in Kickstarter.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
You know, Randy, at least about those covers, it's really a shame that you don't know anyone who could readily just make their own custom ones.
That's very true. Yeah, that is a bummer. I have thought about that because they did post what the art was going to be, and I wanted to take a look and see, like, what was the resolution of that bad boy, and see if I could work with those assets. See, like, could I manage to get those to be printed at a
worst case res? Openmodeldb.com and get some upscalers, see what you can do.
Right, yeah. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, thank you for giving me the space to rant about a few things, and I appreciate that. And Crunchyroll, I'm after you. I'm going to get you. I'm going to hunt you down.
No, it sucks because like Discotech, there's a lot of Discotech stuff that's great, and I don't buy most of it, but this last Discotech day they had at Otakon, they announced all the stuff that I actually want. And it's like, yeah, the prices are lower at the Crunchyroll store. And I'm like, I don't want to order from the Crunchyroll store.
Yeah, same here. I've been meaning to try to check out Media OCD, where they also sell them there, where it's not owned by Crunchyroll. So, but I don't know what their price is, and I don't know what their shipping's like. But at the same time, like, maybe I just will spend extra so I don't give Crunchyroll money. I don't know. Bums me out. Those jerks. Anyway, speaking of things that bum me out, that's right. We're talking about Young Jijii's Dragon Ball AF. It's back. It's not April Fool's. We're back.
So surprised. So angry, I think was the right word. When I found out, like, doing this again? I thought we were done with it. I thought we finished it. I thought I skipped the last one for a reason.
You tried to duck out early. Too bad. There's more class you got to sit through, Doug. I'm so sorry.
Dang it.
But Ken is always wanting to read more AF. That's just how it is.
From the creative minds.
I'll let you put this evil on me. That's okay. It's interesting. It's interesting to see someone's take on this kind of post-GT world.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
I'm into it, and I wanted to share it with you two jerks, and now you're making me look like a jerk.
Like a jerkhole. You're right. I do like how it's not just like a continuation of Dragon Ball Z proper or whatever. It's like it's specifically tied to GT and its like its mess. Story. So yeah, it's mess. So for better or worse. So yeah, it's interesting to say the least.
Exactly. So Ken, I retract my anger and my vitriol. You know, it's not your fault.
That's fine.
I don't.
I understand.
Thank you for sharing this with me, Curse. Thank you for sharing.
I actually really loved like this. I love this like singular arc so much because it gave me such appreciation for other shitty movies. And I'm like, oh, maybe it wasn't. Maybe Madam Web was good. That's what this like arc, this Spoitz did to me. So
Goodness. Okay, so I did a little recap here, and Ken, I'm not sure if you looked over it after I had typed it up. So hopefully I got everything right. But
does it matter? Just go ahead.
Look, some people might be jumping in here to be like, okay, what do these guys got to say about this thing named AF that I don't know about? But anyway, I'll just give it a go. So, Young Jijii, Dragon Ball AF, after defeating Frieza's son, some Demon World invaders, and superpowered evil dragons, Son Goku has returned to the living realm and enjoys his life of peace with his family and friends, while still remaining in his childish body after Pilaf's wish. And that's from Dragon Ball GT. After achieving Super Saiyan 5 by mastering his emotions, Goku is itching for a new opponent to push himself, and now Kaio comes to him with dire news of a new threat.
Oof.
Like a side quest. Is that it?
That's, I mean, I condensed everything that has happened so far as small as I could.
Upon your guys' like suggestion, I tried listening to the previous podcast episode with Jake, lovely Jake.
Yeah,
was on, and like everything you guys were talking about seemed like a fever dream to me. I'm like, what the heck are they talking about? I'm completely lost. Like you need joy to reach Super Saiyan 5, but joy is just a state of mind that they're always. I don't know what's going on, and whatever. I'm glad I didn't need to know all that for this new arc, quote unquote arc that we just read.
Yeah, I don't think any of that really came into play.
This was awful. But
all right,
let me present this to you. I
here
think
we go.
it was so awful that it might have been intentional.
Ken's trying to fish for something and trying to reel it in.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for, right? I like to enjoy things, and if it's something that's really, truly bad, I'll look for the good in it, because I don't want to be souring myself with bad media here and bad stories.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get into that, I think we have to talk about fan translators.
Okay.
And how maybe you need to have, how should I say, mastery of at least one of the two languages before trying to translate between them.
It's a tough job.
What I mean is that if you are using, like, very clearly this is Google Translate type situation here.
Yeah.
And if you do Google Translate and then you have Spoitz saying something like, in that shape, you cannot win, you need to take a look at it and think, okay, what is he saying here?
What did he mean?
Nobody would say that. You would say something like, in the shape you're in, or you would say, in that form. Google Translate and stuff like DeepL are not inherently bad. Again, this is not a paid work. These are fans doing fan translations. And so whatever. I can only be so upset about it at the end of the day. But like, guys, learn a little bit of Japanese.
Everyone spoke like they were like in Game of Thrones or something. It seemed very or like too eloquent. Like Goku's just like, oh, that was very astute, my dear Watson. I mean, Vegeta. You know, it's very weird.
Goku says to Spoitz, in a fight, strategy is also very important. And I'm thinking, is the writing truly this bad?
Right.
Because we have 17 volumes of AF. And I know that at least for the last set that we read, all three of us, Doug, you weren't here, but Jake, Randy, and I, we all enjoyed it to varying degrees. And we weren't attacking necessarily the writing in a certain way. And so for it to have suddenly become so bad, it's either, it's one of these different cases. It's intentional, it's bad translation making it look worse, or it's both. Or it's done and it's, I don't know.
Maybe the translators got a hold of it and were like, this arc sucks. I'm not going to spend any more time than I have to just translate this. Because none of it really matters. None of it actually is like story driven. So I don't care what they're saying. Just get it out there.
Ken, I share your frustration, but I think there's more things to be frustrated about this than just the level of the translating and things like that.
Such as?
Well, I think that, we dove straight into an attack on the translation here. Let's talk about what this is. So this is our next arc of Dragon Ball AF after those super dragons and things like that. And we just kind of like it feels like a filler villain because we've only got 3 chapters to be like, introduce this guy. I don't even think we know who
even
he
his
is.
design as a filler, like it feels like a draft of like what a villain looks like. This is the empty canvas. This is like those action figures that are just supposed to be like an empty husk or whatever. That looks like what this villain is basically.
Yeah, it's very. There's just not a lot of substance to this, but Ken, what do you got to say?
That's why I think it's intentional. The whole thing is so bare bones, vanilla, neutral tone, milk toast from top to bottom. Yeah. It starts off with Goku wanting to train, Vegeta wanting to train. They get a call saying that there's someone destroying the galaxy. They go straight to this guy. There's no preamble. They go straight into fighting him. The guy has the most basic design in the world. What happens first? Of course, for some reason, Vegeta fights first. Goku comes later. Vegeta can't do it. Then Goku comes in, does the fight, and wins. It is like a 5-year-old writing a Dragon Ball story. And it is the platonic form of a Dragon Ball movie.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
And you then take this concept and you burst it out through a prism into the different Dragon Ball movies, and each one of them like shares this. And that's why I'm going to give the most benefit of the doubt that I possibly can, and that this is commentary from Young Jijii.
What? Yeah, okay.
Wow, that is the benefit of the doubt that you're carrying there.
Let's play that angle. Let's do it. All right, yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong in that, yeah, this is the basic formula for every movie from the Z era of things, of just, there's a bad guy. Why is he there? I don't know. He's being evil. What's his motivation? Who cares? But he's being bad. We got to fight him. Somebody can't do it first, so we've got to up the ante, and now Goku's there, and he wins.
If I had to hear, this isn't my full strength, one more time, I was going to lose it.
Even afterwards.
I already lost it by the 5th time. I was like, why are we still doing this?
The fight was over, and it was still like, you're only using 10% of your power. I'm going to myself. It's just, that's how ridiculous that was.
So should we explain the villain? Like, what is the villain?
Yeah, Doug, I'd love
go for it. Please.
This creature out of nowhere named Spoitz, who apparently drains energy from planets, or I guess from human or whatever creatures he's destroying. He absorbs our energy and just gets stronger and stronger and stronger after that. So finally, Kaio's like, I'm feeling something over there. You guys should take care of that, because otherwise the whole universe will be vanished and destroyed. Whatever the translation was. I think it was like vanished.
Now, Doug, which universe was he rampaging through?
Yeah. He said north, right?
Well,
he did.
But then at another point they say south.
Do they really? Oh my god.
I had to like page through. I'm like, I thought they said north, and why was Kaio caring about the southern galaxy when like his whole thing is the north? But sure, all right, fine.
Consistency.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be north.
Isn't Broly tearing through the southern in
I
movie
believe
8,
so.
And Kaio's the one who relates that information.
Yeah, but that's Koyama. You can't blame him.
It's a commentary on Koyama.
That's the commentary. Yeah, he's getting everyone. Dang.
Well, the thing is they had said, oh, he did bad things. He just destroyed the southern galaxy. So he's coming here next. Versus this one's like, he's rampaging through the north. And then later on, like, he's rampaging through the south. Like, what?
He made it a point to make it like, they were a peaceful race. So this guy's bad. Go get him. Yeah. This was like such a side questy thing. Even like in the end, they come back to report to Kaio to get their weapons or whatever, their loot from Kaio from completing the side quest. It's like, yeah, we did it. Thank you.
This is Jiji's style. If you guys remember Marble and Chioko, which of course you
try not to,
but they were the 2 guys that they fought in between. What was his name? Eyes and the evil dragons. They fought this like magician guy and the little imp who was traced off of Beelzebub from Sandland.
Oh, okay.
You remember that? He was like, even down to playing the Game Boy or whatever. There were these 2 guys they fought, and that story served the purpose to show like the training of these characters as they were going along to prep for the evil dragons, because they were training before they were going to make the wish, and then the evil dragons were going to appear. This guy they're fighting to just make a statement like, hey, Goku is immortally powerful now. That this guy shows up, they go through all the normal steps in a Dragon Ball fight, and not only is Goku did it with 10% of his power, but he didn't even need to transform to Super Saiyan 5. He could have done it as Super Saiyan 4.
Which makes strategy stupid, because the whole point is the enemy can stab you and absorb your strength. Why would Goku be in his strongest form to possibly give him the energy? And he
finishes the barrier.
He finishes the battle with like, I had a key barrier, so I'm good. What if you didn't? What if he out tricked you and like got it out of you and like, what? What is the point? It was really weird too how like I enjoyed the beginning of the villain's entrance, because he looked like just a raging lunatic, right, with no thought in his head, and that was his like gotcha moment of how he like got Vegeta. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, but then that was like as far as the depth got for that character. Like he showed his hand, his winning hand, in the very beginning of the fight, and that was it.
I think that the purpose here is to show that in the next arc, at the very end, they're like, the legendary Super Saiyan arc is about to begin. And that is to say that Goku has become this powerful, he can handle any type of situation, but in this next one will challenge him.
This guy
is to set up. Spoitz is not his own self-contained story. He serves the purpose to set up for something that it's going to be a long time before we ever get around to reading.
Right. But it's like, it's any good storytelling. It's never like this happens and then this happens. It's like this happens, therefore this happens. And this is just self-contained and then this happens story. It sucks.
Yeah, there's no build up to it. Like with most Dragon Ball things, if we're going from one villain to another, we've got some time in between where we want to see something new, so we have them training so that way they can show a new move or something else. And this is just not that. There's nothing new here. It does feel very much like the filler type arc that you would have in an anime where we've got to produce something, but since nothing is actually happening, can't actually show anything new, so we're just going to
I wouldn't even disgrace the Garlic Jr. arc by saying it's a Garlic Jr. arc. Garlic Jr. had more depth than this.
And we will find out about that depth before the year's over.
Oh, I'm excited for that. So we had just like a little bit of this villain, Spoitz, a background sort of thing. And forgive me, because it's impossible to remember anything about Jiren because he's a character who he's there. I don't remember a whole lot. Isn't this kind of the same thing of like, oh, there's a really strong bad guy and he screwed everything up for this guy. And he was like, well, I'm going to get strength so that way this never happens again. And that's kind of
at the cost of genociding a lot of other people to get my strength.
Doing bodily experiments.
I can see how a villain could like get turned to that. So I don't have an issue really with that.
Sure.
Like it is dumb, but I can see it happening. You get so consumed with your vow for strength or whatever that you disregard everyone else. It's really bad, but yeah.
Does it change anything for you guys if the powerful alien that destroyed Spoitz's homeworld is going to be this next legendary Super Saiyan?
I mean, at this point, no. It's like, okay, well, now it's tied into it. But I think, especially if you wanted to have any sort of emotional thing for Spoitz's backstory to like give us that and like, oh, introduce the characters that are important to him, and then show like, oh, they were taken away from me. Now I'm sad, but
I think during the flashback would have been the time to tease the next bad.
Right. Just show. Even just like a silhouette or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done all I can to gas this up. Okay. It's not good. It is easily the worst of this that we've read. It's very clear that when Jijii started out, he was building his story around the evil dragons, and he was going to get up to that point. And then this is like, well, what do I do now? And he said that he was originally going to go straight into the legendary Super Saiyan arc, but decided to put this in here first. So
because the Broly movie came out. Well, when did this come out?
So chapter or volume 18 came out June 15th, 2018. And Broly was what, January of that year or somewhere around that?
I want to say like December in Japan, January 2019 here.
Okay. So I guess it was coming out or just about to or something. Volume 19 was September 30th, 2018. Volume 20 was December 30th, 2021.
All right.
Huge jump.
Huge.
Big jump. Yeah, wow. So we had, he put this out, Super was just wrapping up or had finished. And then we had the Broly movie. And then we had multiple years till 2021. Did we have anything else new by then? I don't think so. Because
we got a podcast that started.
That's true. But we didn't have Superhero until 2022, right? So,
Really?
Yeah, I believe that was April 2022.
Gotcha.
In Japan, August here. So, yeah, it's a good jump in time.
The manga is still currently going on. They are on volume 29 right now. I don't know when that came out. I don't have that kind of data for you. If someone knows, if someone's keeping up with the AF manga and you're listening to this podcast right now, please let us know. Is there a way that the current arc is broken up properly that you think we could turn it into like 2 or 3 episodes of this one? Like, is there something that feels like a clear halfway point that we could read to? Otherwise, I have to read ahead like I did with the Evil Dragons and figure out where the breaking point is.
You don't think we could just do like you just pick 5 chapters or volumes or whatever and just stop there no matter where it ends?
I mean, it could end up that we do that and then AF wraps up and then we're just sitting there reading one volume and the whole volume is like volume 20 or volume 19 of this, which the summary is a bunch of fighting that leads to Goku up to Super Saiyan 5 and Spoitz to a 2-toned form. So I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the best idea.
Right.
Last resort.
We'll figure it out.
Man, so much Waku Waku Goku in this too. That just seems so like annoying. It's like he's killed 10 galaxies. I'm getting so excited. Like, whoa, chill.
This is like just after Super's done, and that is, of course, where we're doing so much Goku is Waku Waku. So, I'm sure that Jijii was watching Super as it was happening, so he's got
bled
this
into his Goku.
Yeah. There's something that we didn't talk about yet, and that is that, it's a visual medium. How's the art in this? Like, I felt that the art was pretty solid compared to how I felt about previous Jijii things, where it's like, okay, this one traced looks really good. Oh, this one did not have any references to go off of, and it looks like hot garbo. This, I was like, I think everything looked pretty good. I can only remember one illustration where I'm like, okay, I think I know what that is. And I think it was like a Frieza elbow hit but it was, now Goku, I think, doing it to the back. Spoitz. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's serviceable. I think he did spend some time and is starting to like work on a style of his own. Like there's a very distinct way that he draws noses, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Oh.
He has his own style and he's coming out with it. So it'll be interesting to see going forward, how much does he continue to rely on references as much? I will say, to his credit, when you take a design like Super Saiyan 4 Goku for GT that was designed from the ground up, like you think of all of Dragon Ball's designs, all of these characters were designed with black and white in mind by Toriyama. And like even to the point where he would forget their actual colors. Like there's times where Karin is white, there's times where Karin brown, there's times where Karin's blue, because Toriyama could never remember it because he thought of these characters in black and white. Mm-hmm. When Nakatsuru designed Super Saiyan 4, he was designed to be in color at all times. And the way that Young Jijii expresses Super Saiyan 4 in black and white looks so damn clean and evokes the way that Toriyama understood a white-black balance. And I just wanted to say that to Young Jijii's credit, he did that very well.
That's high praise. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think he did a good job for that. And then for Super Saiyan 5, I assume it was using a screen tone to get that sort of, okay, yeah. Which we didn't see a lot of in the original manga. I know that Toyotaro much more uses that than
screen tone. What's that?
Did. It's where you have a sort of, a small dot pattern, that's to do like halftones sort of thing that's not black or white, but just how you do it for that sort of print media thing.
But Doug, you have to think about it. Like, you really think of the physicality of these screen tones because they overlay it over their manga. And then they take an X-Acto knife and they cut out along the outline of their characters. And that gets pasted onto the page. So it is an extremely manual process to do these screen tones. Like, you purchase them wholesale. These like sheets and sheets and sheets of screen tone. And then they cut, and that's why Toriyama didn't use a lot, because it's so much work.
Because you're not going to sit there and draw like the circles, each individual one. You take the sheet and you use that. Oh, okay.
If you're working the traditional way, if you're doing things digital, of course, you could just have a brush and just be like, all right, or a fill and be like, all right, just put that pattern there. But you had to like put that sheet over, X-Acto knife cut along where you wanted it to have. So if it's like hair or a shirt or whatever, like, all right, and I got to cut it out every single panel and then paste that over it.
Dang, that's before the times of just like, a fill tool on a PC.
Yep, exactly.
Dang,
I'm not exactly sure how Toyotaro does it. He might do a mix. Maybe he's drawing the outlines on paper, scanning that, and then doing all of his screen tones digitally, but there's no way he's doing those screen tones by himself. Toriyama only ever had one... correct me if I'm wrong, he only ever had one assistant at a time.
I can't recall.
And I don't think we've heard anything about whether or not Toyotaro has one. So if he's doing everything by himself, and that man uses a lot of screen tone, I don't think he's doing that the old way.
Right. Yeah. I think there was, I want to say, was it during the Moro fight or something? There was clearly like a couple of panels that was, okay, we're using a digital effect here for this. So at least this saw being used in some sort of image editing software before just being, like, all right, let's just submit these pages of inked pages, scan them in, we're done, and print. But yeah, I guess I don't really know the process, what Young Jijii goes through for something like this. I would assume / hope that we're doing things digital now, but I don't know. Some people still just want to stick to the old ways of ink and paper. Yeah.
There is a feeling to his line art that feels physical. I don't necessarily think he's doing digital. There's a grimy is not the right term, but there is a griminess to it that makes it feel like it's pen that will bleed and change in size across a piece of paper. And we are doing a lot of over-analysis to stretch out these 3 volumes of Spoitz.
Man,
a little bit.
What a title! I love the ending of it, where it's just like Goku is now the strongest, so the world knew an eternal peace. The end. That's just how you.
But
I stopped reading after that. I'm like, that's the ending I want. Goku's the strongest now. No more problems in the world.
You're not letting Joji Yanami affect this story, are you?
I mean, now there's going to be some guy named Granola who makes a wish to be stronger than this. So
who? Just kidding.
Yeah, you can't play dumb anymore.
I can't say that now. I know Granola in and out.
It's over for you. Oh man. All right. Well, you said that we got to do more of this eventually.
Eventually. Okay. It's been a year since we did the last one, so it might be
crazy.
Appropriately long before we revisit this. But I knew going in, this was a nice little self-contained thing. Easy start, easy stop, and we could just do it.
Perfect. Well, I look forward to doing more. Like, you know what? It was shallow and, not surprising or anything. I read through it quick and I had an all right time. I was kind of admiring the art and enjoying that. So, like, it's whatever. If you just want 20 minutes, just read the Spoitz art. Is there... What is this name? Where does this come from? Like, usually there's a pun, for going off of classic Toriyama stuff.
I can't believe he doesn't see the obvious pun there. Don't tell him.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. Man, egg on your face, Randy.
I know. Can't believe
that's the sound when egg goes on your face. Spoitz.
It's close to sports, which is sports.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Spoitz. Yeah, I don't know.
That's more commentary on society and how sports, the roided out, the gym bros, the sports guys, that's how they act.
Whoa. Yeah, man. Wearing their
just...
Majin Vegeta, sleeveless shirts to the gym. I don't know.
Get out of my wardrobe.
It is what it is. So that's it. We're just going to take a quick break, and hopefully people responded to see what, their thoughts and feelings were.
Anyone else read this?
Ken is subjecting more people than just the two of us to this, I guess. So we'll see what they have to say right after this quick little break. Alrighty, guys, we are back here with some more We Got a Podcast. And just like always, Ken is out there, man in the blue sky, putting out the call for your opinions on what we're talking about here. And of course, it's the Spoitz arc. Oh, gosh, it's so strange to say that word. Young Jijii's Dragon Ball AF. So Ken had asked, let us know what your thoughts were on this. So can you take this first one here, Ken, from Nerdy Norwegian? It's a pretty long one.
Nerdy says, is that Jiren? And it might as well be.
Yeah. I mean, he's very plain, not a lot of detail to this guy's design.
And the same backstory.
That's true. I mean, he's got more of a Kid Buu face, but other than that, it is what it is.
But this is a post-Jiren world, too, isn't it, when he made this? So
Yep.
It's just the straight-up copy again.
I mean, if you want to make something and be doing a commentary, as Ken might think, that this is all the bad things, the most bland things, well, then, you copy Jiren.
Big middle finger to like egg on our face. Spoitz on our face.
Put that on a shirt. We're getting that into the merchandise line. Spoitz on our face.
Oh,
don't profit off of that. No.
Hey, what does Jacob have to say, Randy?
Oh, well, Jacob Sawyer says, this makes me appreciate what Toyotaro has been doing with his storytelling in the super manga. I feel like these chapters are sort of a thinly veiled excuse for some fight scenes, which do look cool. Yeah, it is just fighting back to back. And like I said, the art's pretty good.
Madam Web was cinema, guys.
Now, I did find parts of that movie I did like, so maybe you're right.
There you go. Yeah, Sydney Sweeney.
There's been some commentary lately lately, for a long time, that Young Jijii should have been doing Super and not Toyotaro. But, I mean, come on. You have to, look at the story crafting capabilities of these two guys.
Yeah. Not
and
just
it's just
art.
no comparison.
Yeah, it's storytelling.
You can compare... There's an argument to be made for Young Jijii's anatomy capabilities. He does do a lot more tracing than Toyotaro has ever done, but he has a better grasp of anatomy. However, anatomy a good story does not make.
No.
And that lies with Toyotaro.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Nero Nova writes in and says, not much to say about such a small arc. While the fighting did look pretty cool, it just goes to show that Dragon Ball is far more than just that. The little moments where characters are just interacting are far more enjoyable than all the combat. All fighting and no play makes this a dull chapter.
Absolutely. Yep. That's what, whenever I start reading a new chapter, I'm like, I can already tell, this isn't Toriyama level. Something about Toriyama, even though things seem so simple with him, he just knew how to write characters.
It's copy Vegeta. It's that same kind of just emptiness, which I still enjoyed. Maybe we'll review copy Vegeta sometime. How about that, guys, Doug?
Oh, boy. The pink goo thingy?
Yeah. Is there a SH Figure Arts of copy Vegeta?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. So, I was going to say, you can't just have Goku say, I'm Waku Waku, and then transform and then he punches a guy. That's not Dragon Ball. You have to do more than that. So, Turntex Austin says, this arc feels almost like a Dragon Ball movie by virtue of the sudden arrival of a two-dimensional villain to have a quote-unquote cool fight with. Unlike a real movie, though, we have no other cast members to bounce off of, no interesting locales or designs, and little connection to the wider world of Dragon Ball. Yeah, we go to a whole new planet. I don't remember what any of this looks like.
I don't remember even the fights. They were just kind of generic punch, kick, and then Final Flash, Kamehameha. Nothing intriguing or interesting at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, this is the platonic form of a Dragon Ball movie, you could take this as your base and do whatever you needed to make it whichever one of the various movies that have come out.
Yeah.
You can fit it to basically anything there.
At least movie 6 had the Big Getty star, am I right?
Oh,
Am I
big spaghetti.
right?
You're right, Doug. Unironically.
You got it. Oh, man. All right. Well, that's that. Thank you guys for chiming in, keeping it short for such a short arc, which is really great and thematic. So I appreciate it. So that way we can jump right into doing trivia, which I know that Doug is absolutely prepared for.
No. Why? What is the author of this we just read name? I don't know.
I'm just a little
It's better
boy.
for Young
I don't know
Jijii.
things.
It's better if Young Jijii if I don't know his name.
You just said it.
I win.
How do you feel about that? All right.
Let's just skip the trivia. I win.
Yep. 1 point to Doug automatically. So he's starting off strong.
Hell yeah.
Question number 1. And before I jump into this, I should say this is trivia thanks to our trivia deity, Zenpai.
Thank you, Zenpai.
Over there in Portugal. Thank you. I know you're asleep right now. Rest up, King.
Wake up.
Here is question number 1. How many Dragon Ball games are there in total? Closest one to the total wins. Just games. All right.
Total. Oh
in
my
totality.
God. Jesus.
53.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, And then plus the mobile games, that's like about 23 alone there. I'll say I'm gonna keep it the gentleman's 46.
So you've got the Gentleman's 46, and Ken's got the
Scoundrels
Rapscallions 53.
53.
The Scoundrels 53. We were both thinking the same thing. Just chose different words. Well, Ken's closest without going over, according to Zenpai, it's 101. So,
My God.
I was close.
one for each Dalmatian, which I think is important, and I don't think we should ever
perfect.
make more. Just be
Hey,
done.
you got it. They're all entertained now.
Question 2. When was the first chapter of Dragon Ball Super published? Closest one wins. He's got a day. To the day.
When was Dragon
Not
Ball
just
Super
a year.
published?
First chapter of Dragon Ball Super.
I can trace this back to like when I put up my poster when I got the copy and like.
Take your mind palace trip.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm going to let Doug work this out first.
What
and then
house
I'll
was
give
I
my
in?
answer.
It's before my figure collection. So many years ago. 2012, 13, 14. I was 2015. In
All right.
May.
You want to give me a day?
May 3rd, May 5th.
All right. May 5th,
I was
2015.
I'll just say May 6th, 2015.
Ken's closest without going over is June 10th, 2015. You guys
I got the
are so
year right.
close.
I'm excited. I got the year.
Doug, you're off by like a month, by like 35 days.
I was like, what house was I in? What figure did I just buy when I put the poster up?
I knew it was right before the anime started, which was July 2015.
Yep.
I just
Correct.
didn't know if it was 1 or 2 months back.
Yeah, just the one. We only had that one chapter of Goku on a farm doing image training and
Oh,
then driving the
yeah.
tractor over the edge. So
You know how I really remembered it? Is like I made a video back in 2012 of when we had like a teaser image on a website that just had the big letter D silhouetted with like a dragon or something like that. And it's like 2012, something's happening. I'm like, oh, that's like a movie maybe. And it ended up being Battle of Gods. And I'm like, just tack on a few more years. And I think that's when Super started. So I just guessed.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't the first chapter of Dragon Ball Super have that like title page and it has Gohan on it? Like he's going to be one of the main characters
Oh my
of
God.
Super.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't recall. I'm going to have to take a look because,
Poor
yeah,
Gohan,
I've
man.
forgotten about that. Question 3. This is our last one we've got. Which volume of the manga contains the author comment from Toriyama stating that his daughter was born? So, Toriyama had a daughter,
Oh,
and in that volume, he had a little comment to bring up that he had one.
had
That
a
it was-
daughter.
that
Okay, so
his daughter was
he's
born.
already had his son at this point.
Is Sasuke older than his daughter?
Yeah. Sasuke's the firstborn.
Is
could
he?
be wrong.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Randy, do you have any information on this?
See, I knew that he had a son. Well, I didn't know that he had any kids, and then he brought up he had a son, and I'm like, oh, okay. Wasn't his
Yeah.
name Sasuke? And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
His name
okay.
was Sasuke.
Yeah.
All right.
He said he would peep on his daughter in the bathroom if he had
No,
one.
yeah.
Just before he
So
had
that was-
before he had a daughter.
Right, before he had a daughter.
I
Don't want anybody to forget that.
And he wants to know which volume.
Yes. What volume was that author comment to bring up? Like, hey, my daughter was born. Ken looking
gonna
back into his
say-
actual palace rather than his mind palace. Trying to
I'm
use
gonna
his X-ray
say
vision.
11. I'm just gonna say 11. Issue 11.
Okay. Ken is smiling like he just got checkmate and his opponent doesn't know it
So
yet.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to get into like Toriyama's mind here, and I'm trying to think like what having a daughter, right, or having kids would change you as a person, and having a daughter might change a father. And so, what point in Dragon Ball would having a daughter maybe have affected him? And the only thing I can think of is bringing Chi-Chi back for the tournament. So I'm gonna say 13.
Okay. So Doug says 11. Is that right? And then
Yeah.
Ken is saying 13. Doug, you are starting with a point to have before we even got into the trivia, because you knew Young Jijii.
Yeah.
You were on the right track. And now at every point, Ken has guessed just a little bit higher
A little higher.
and come away with
Damn
the
it.
win because it's volume 24.
Can you
Really?
Yeah.
what? What volume you say?
So we are in Namek at that point?
We're
is
on
that
Namek,
right?
yeah. We were like right
24.
before the Ginyu Force are going to show
Wow, I
up.
was so sure it was like Dragon Ball era, like
No.
pre-Z.
The Ginyu Force, kind of a little effeminate, right? So maybe that was.
that's the yeah, you know. I see my daughter in the Ginyu Force. That's what he
Yeah.
was saying.
This, okay. I think I'm
Gerd is the
understanding.
spitting image of my daughter.
I mean, at that
If I could
point,
just stop time and make her stop crying for a minute, that's the rest.
at that point, you're small and you're kind of like a potato. I mean, that's kind of what Gerd is looking like here. Anyway, we're getting way out of hand here. So we've got to end it now and say thank you all for listening. We love interacting with you, keeping you in the conversation, talking about our favorite franchise in the world. If you guys want to shout out at us, we have an email. You can get at us at wegotapodcast@gmail.com or hit us up on Blue Sky at wegotapodcast.com over there on Blue Sky.
And thank you to Rifti Beats for letting us use his track, Kakarot Theme Hip Hop Track Remix. You can find that track and other great music by Rifti on his SoundCloud. Ken, where can people find you?
You can find me at Detective X, where Oobtober has started. Today's first day of Oobtober. And I'm going to be real with you guys. I don't know. I've given myself some runway. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit every day in October.
Every day.
We'll just see how it goes because I am at the point where I'm about to have to write Oob versus Pawn. And I don't know how that's going to go. So we'll see.
We'll see. Oobtober, for those that don't know, is Ken draws a picture Oob-related every day in October.
It's my continuation after Z.
Right. Yeah.
This is
Watch out,
Ken's
Young
AF.
Jijii.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Randy, where can people find you?
You can find me at, what is it, Saberbreaker at wegotapodcast.com over on Blue Sky. So that's usually where you might find me. I mean, I don't do a lot of posting and stuff because I'm like a hermit at this point.
Oh,
That's why the beard is
I
there.
I see you traveling around other podcasts, though. What are you talking about? You're all over the place.
Don't tell people about that.
Slut. And you can find me at Jabaz Doug on all the socials. And on the We Got a Pod channel, I got the shorts on there.
This
Nice.
brings us to the end of yet another We Got a Podcast patented. Well, this was a review, but a retrospective of Auspiciosity. Not just reserved for GT. We'll bring that back whenever we need. And it's going to be a fun rest of the year of episodes. I hinted we've got Garlic Jr. on the horizon in different capacities. We'll see. There's some other things going on as well. We will, before the end of the year, get back to Tenchi Muyo. We will be doing
Yay.
Tenchi Muyo Movie 2, Daughter of Darkness. However, that will be coming out because we're going to plan for that one to come out around the holidays. So it will be coming out during an on week in place of the Dragon Ball episode of the show. However, it is a movie. We will be having, that's right, Mystere Fusion will be coming back. We got to schedule that out. But so that will be one to look forward to. And it's a movie, so you just watch it. If you've never seen Tenchi before, I don't know if the movie's going to be good, but it will be a good time to watch it and then listen to us talk about it.
True.
Yes.
And until then, we'll catch you matinator.
See ya.
Bye.